60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm John.
And I'm Nancy.
And we are j&ntravels.
Travels.
Thank you for joining us today on our weekday live.
It's a beautiful day today after all the rain we've had.
Great weather today, but we're waiting for a hurricane to hit this weekend.
Yes, Hurricane Lee might visit us soon. Oh, boy.
So we'll wait for that one. They don't know if it's going to be a direct hit. It's going to hit Boston, hit New Hampshire, whatever. So
well, we'll wait and see.
That's right. So we're here on, we have a little bit of format. I guess that's right. We're news on these lives going forward, which we'll talk about at the end of this live today. We're going to address a couple questions, things cruise lines never tell you, and Disney Halloween treats. Before we do that, I do want to give you a little heads up on some housekeeping here. We have our game day this Sunday.
That's right.
Combined with Tanisha time. Tanisha comes on first, and then we have our games at 4:00 on Sunday, 9/17. And then the week after, we'll be coming out with our 9th on 9/24. That Sunday, we come out with our 9th podcast, which doing the final touches on the editing this week. That is that one will have 2 segments. One will be on an interview we had with Maury, who took a trip to Ireland.
Yes.
That would be interesting. Really thinking of doing that. And the second segment in that is about a Hallmark cruise that is going out.
I think that would be amazing because I do love the Hallmark Channel and I love all the characters and the actresses and actors. So that would be cool to see them on a Hallmark cruise.
And one thing we'd like to remind people about our podcast is our podcast has a couple segments, which are travel-related news. It also has trivia, some fun facts that Nancy gives, a snowbird tip each show. And this one will be the first one. We've had a couple questions emailed to us, so those will answer a question on that. You can find our podcast on YouTube or on Spotify, Google, Amazon, or Apple. So please give it a listen and let us know what you think. It helps us decide. So we appreciate that. And I think that's the housekeeping, Nance, right? We have a Facebook page, we have a merchandise store, and that's really about it, right? So we'll get right into this. Let's take just a quick peek. I see the captain has popped into
the chat. Hi, Captain.
Thanks for coming aboard, Captain.
I do it this way. You do it with your right hand or your left?
I know if that's a Captain Commodore about that. I think it's always the right hand.
It's always the right hand. Okay.
I think so.
I did it wrong.
And Scott Smith. Nice to see you, Scott. Thanks for coming in. And I think I missed Maxwell Smart.
Maxwell.
Probably on the road driving while
I believe he's a driver, truck driver.
So why don't we get right into our, let me put my little title thing up. We'll get right into our first question. Things that cruise lines never tell you. If you're an experienced, we've done double-digit cruises. So there's very little, I think, that we don't know about or don't expect. But a couple of these surprised me also. So if you're an experienced cruiser, a lot of these may not be a surprise to you, but definitely first-time cruises or ones who have only taken a handful of trips. These will. So let us start with number 1, which is balconies are overrated. Now, these are not our opinions. These are research I did on the web and came up with. I came up, I think, with 16, 15 or 16, and I'm sure there's a lot more than this, but these are ones that we just got from the internet. Balcony cabins are often less, at least 25% more than inside cabins. It's an upsell, and many die-hard cruisers swear by. We always get the inside cabins. We got upgraded a couple times to balconies. One was the inside balcony overlooking Central Park.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
And the other was outside. And those are nice.
Yeah.
But I certainly, for the time we spent in the balcony, I wouldn't do the upcharge unless it was a heck of a deal. So that is the first number. Balconies are overrated. And
yeah, I guess you could put that money towards excursions.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do your cuts, I guess that would be one of the spots you'd probably cut off.
I would think.
Anyone that has opinion on any of these, please throw them in the chat. We can talk about it. Number 2 was a cabin quality varies. A ship may have more than 30 different categories of cabins. You know that? Wow. 30 different categories. Many cruises go with whatever is allotted to them after selected. Okay, so that's exactly what we did. So we picked an inside cabin, and then they pick where we're going to go. Sometimes you can pick it. Sometimes they do it randomly. In our case, for our upcoming cruise, they picked it. So it's going to be interesting to see what they gave us. However, it pays to do research, because what you can do is get online. I assume most people know this, but if you don't, you can get onto the ship itself, the layout of the ship, and pick the actual cabin. And if you're just looking at it and you haven't cruised much, you're going to say, well, it doesn't really matter. But there are specifics, like we'll look, and you don't want it right next to the elevator. You don't want it right below a place like a basketball court. I don't think any basketball courts are that low, but a club or a restaurant or anything, there's going to be a lot of noise banging above your head.
And isn't there a way that you can bid for a better cabin too?
Well, I'm hoping. We haven't gotten in this one, but almost all our cruises at some point, if it's not sold out, they'll send you a bid. Yeah. Which I'm still hoping we get it for ours. Let's see. The captain says, I've been in balconies, ocean view, and interior. I like them all. Whatever I get, the best offer. That's exactly what we do, Captain. Yep.
Exactly.
Hey, Journey Waits. Thank you for coming in. Scott Smith says, we like to get an ocean view and hope the upgrade fare in the balcony. Yeah, that's the thing too. If you get the higher you actually buy to begin with, when they give you that thing you're talking about, your bid on it only usually goes up a couple. So if you're doing the inside on the bottom, you can only go up sometimes as high as the balcony, whereas a balcony can sometimes go up to a suite.
Gotcha.
I've never had the desire for an ocean view just because I figured it's just a window, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it's like anything else. Once you get it, it probably has a lot of advantages
too.
Oh,
definitely. Once you get it, you're probably like, this is great. But we never had that.
Shipboard, number 3 is shipboard casinos don't play by the rules. I don't know how many people, I learned this like a year or two of cruising. People were telling me about this. Casinos are a huge profit, as you all know. Probably one of the big profits for the cruise line, which is one of the reasons probably Disney is so expensive, because they don't have a casino.
They don't have a casino,
But when they're in international waters, there's no gaming commission or government agency overseeing the action. Insiders talk about tampered decks. And I didn't know they went to this extent. Insiders talk about tampered decks, rigged games, and tighter than usual slots. Oh, wow. Of course, some people win because that's the best way to lure others in.
Of course.
Now, the captain here, who's he's always getting specials in the casinos. So he's had success. And I guess some people, the odds are that some people have to be successful at it, right?
Of course.
But it doesn't go by the same rules. People sometimes think that if they go to a casino on the land, it's or on sea, it's controlled the same way as on land, and it's not. Okay. Number 4, careful or you might miss the boat.
Oh, don't want to miss the boat.
And this has been publicized.
Or the ship.
I know. This has been really publicized a lot in recent years with the pier runners and all that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But, and it says it's written in small print, but you should take the embarkation time seriously. There is no allowance for passengers stuck in traffic. That's what we're always afraid of. When we book an excursion, if it's at the pier, we'll do it on our own.
Yeah.
If it's somewhere we have to get in any vehicle at all, we book through the cruise line.
Right.
Because I can picture coming through it. We were on an excursion once that was by the ship, and we were coming through St. Martin. There was a downtown area that was bumper to bumper.
Oh.
Okay. And the only reason we made it back to the ship was because it was a ship excursion,
Right.
and I can see this happening a lot. A lot of these
That was on a
excursions.
Disney cruise. That was quite a
Was it
while
Disney
ago.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the reasons people, a lot of these islands, you're taking a trip on the other side of the
I
island on rough
know.
roads,
Oh, I
and
know. Gosh, I don't want to take the chance. I couldn't be a pier runner. I wouldn't be able to run that fast. We got some pier runners on video though. It's pretty funny.
the Captain
I do feel
Commodore.
bad for them, but you know.
Captain Commodore says you can win in the casino, but you have to play smart. The odds are more in favor for the cruise casino than the
Oh,
land casinos.
okay.
And I don't think you've done this, Billy, but that would be an interesting video too. He was talking. He did a couple of live videos on sweepstakes.
Yeah.
After I saw those videos, I was trying to get Nancy to take it up. And,
Yeah, he wants me to
and
try.
they said it's maybe a private course from the captain. But that would be an interesting one. Exactly how you play the casinos.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It takes us. We tried them a couple times in all our cruises, and we
Yeah.
wasted more money trying to figure out how to play the game
Yeah.
than actually
I'm
playing
not
the
a
game
gambler.
itself.
I won't ever gamble. I'm not a gambler.
Okay, so you want
But
to
I
make
would be.
sure.
I'm intrigued by the sweepstakes, though. I'd be very interested in maybe trying that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he'll point you to all
Yeah.
the free sites and this and
Yeah.
that you can go to play them. The other thing with the getting back on the ship is keep in mind that sometimes the ship time and the land time are different. So
Oh,
everything is
yeah.
run by the ship time.
Yes.
So make sure your watch is on ship
Ship
time and you go by
time.
ship time. And we always give at least 2 hours
Yeah.
to get back to the
Yeah.
ship. We like to get back on the ship at least an hour and a half to 2 hours before it sails.
Yep.
So all our excursions, if we do them at all, are in the morning usually and stuff like that. Okay, number 5. Cruise ships aren't immune to crime. Don't let your guard down just because you're on vacation. Theft, sexual assault, missing
Jeez.
persons, murders, piracy, port robberies can happen. So can you hear more about the port robberies and stuff in places like Jamaica and Mexico right now?
Yeah.
Cruise lines don't like to talk about it, and only a few voluntarily release the crime statistics. So it's very hard to even get this information.
I know.
But the recent Senate Commerce, this gives you an idea. Recent Senate Commerce Committee report shows of the 959 crimes reported to the FBI since 2011, only 31 were revealed on the U.S. Coast Guard website.
Really?
Okay, so when you think you're safe, only 31 crimes happened. There was almost 1,000 crimes that happened for it. So that's kind of rough.
I know. I don't know how people bring expensive jewelry on the cruise. Like I'm always afraid to bring. Not that I have a lot of expensive jewelry, but I'm always afraid to bring my diamond on the cruise. I was afraid.
There's jewelry and cameras, of course.
Yeah.
And nowadays, everyone's with their phones and laptops.
I know, that's true.
The next one, number 6, is you will gain weight. Despite your best efforts to eat sensibly, chances are you'll gain a few pounds whenever you cruise. Even the most self-disciplined among us are bound to go overboard in excessive treats. The average person gains 5 to 10 pounds on a 7-day cruise, despite all of those walking tracks, yoga classes, gyms, and salad bars. We have not really hit that.
No, I think our average is about 3 to 5.
Yeah,
at the most,
5 is the most we got.
But I think we averaged 3.
And we actually lost weight on a couple of cruises, and it's just basically because we're walking.
We're walking a lot. Yeah, we don't work out at the gym, but we're constantly walking. Yeah.
Scott says he's gained every time. What's the most you've ever gained, Scott? That would be an interesting thing to have a poll on what people gain. Okay, number 7. Cruise ship bathrooms kind of stink. The reality of most stateroom configurations is that the bathrooms rarely have proper ventilation. Not all cruise cabins have this problem, but there's a common complaint. Bring some air freshener along to help mask the odors. We don't bring anything. You said you throw sometimes perfume in there.
I have a little bottle of perfume that I might spray a little.
No, you're right, Billy. On that particular cruise, it probably was lobster tails. On NCL, which is 24-hour wings, it's probably the wings more than anything else. 8 pounds is the most Scott gained.
Oh,
so it's like a pound a day.
Yeah, and so that's average. They say 5 to 10. Yeah.
Is that what it was, 5 to 10? Yeah, 5 to 10.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so the bathroom stinks. So I didn't know you were actually throwing stuff in there. So you
Well, I
throw
bring
some stuff in?
perfume with me. It's not, I don't bring expensive perfume, so I don't mind if it smells
So
spraying a little
I
bit.
guess it's not the worst idea for us to stick one of those air
Yeah, we
fresheners in
could
there,
do
right?
that. Yeah.
Especially since we only get the
Yeah.
inside cabins
I don't bring
anyways.
anything expensive that I think I'm going to lose, you
Right.
know.
No, you're right.
I don't want to. I don't want to lose expensive perfume or jewelry
We
or
don't have to
anything
take
like
care of
that.
it either. We're going to order for this cruise for this October for the first time a waterproof bag that we can actually
Yeah,
bring to the
yeah,
ocean. We're always so paranoid about uh, leaving stuff on the beach and
yeah.
we're in the water looking at it. So I figured, we'll get one, just carry the necessities and actually bring it in the water with us
Right.
so we can enjoy it more. Hey, Sharon,
Hi,
Cruise to Me. Thanks
Sharon.
for
How
coming
are
in.
you?
Nice to see you.
Hope all is well there in Texas. I'd like to go to Texas someday.
Yeah, well, that's on our list. We always
Yeah,
say that New Orleans and Texas are
yeah.
two separate.
His sister went last year. Where did she go?
San
Ye-
Antonio, right?
Yeah, San Antonio. She loved it.
Number 8, self-arranged excursions are often better, cheaper than ship-sponsored tours. Cruise lines always try to sell their own, however, they are considerably overpriced. You can arrange a local tour before you arrive, or you can find many guides at the port. You can also buddy up with fellow cruisers to share the cost.
Hmm?
We've done a combination of these. Like I said, if it's across the island or we're afraid we're not going to get back in time, we always do it through the cruise,
Yeah,
which is more expensive. We know
it
that.
is, but it's worth it for peace of mind.
Right. If we go to a place like Bermuda, which has everything right at the port,
Hmm.
we booked the stuff at the port. We did the jet skis at the port.
That
We
was
did the
fun.
catamaran snorkel
Yeah.
at the course, the miniature golf at the course,
Well, I didn't do jet
at the
skis,
port.
but
No,
our
but
kids did
we
it.
rent them, yeah.
Our son, a daughter, and our son-in-law.
But those they picked you up right at the
Yeah.
port, and so there's no hassle. You knew
Yeah.
you were going to get back in time.
Yeah, they loved it.
So those are your two options. The other thing, sometimes if you book a excursion in advance, even through the cruise line, it's a little cheaper.
Mhm.
We, as we have gotten older, don't do that now because we're not exactly sure how we'll feel or what's going on that particular day.
Yeah.
So we haven't done that.
Yeah.
But that's something to keep in mind. If you're at the port itself, you might want to just book something yourself.
Yeah.
And it's better to do it in advance. We've always done it in advance because they're all booked up once you get there. Of
Oh, I
course.
know. That's true.
The other thing, and this goes to a place like Mr. Sancho's in
Oh, yeah.
Mexico, you buddy up, like it says, with a bunch of people. You
Mhm.
can get a cab or a van sometimes for
Mhm.
much cheaper
Mhm.
than just a couple going. So those are different ways you should look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Captain Billy met up with Sharon in Texas.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did. Oh, wow. I forgot about that. That's awesome. It's nice when you can meet up with.
Billy, was that your first time in Texas, or had you been there before? Okay.
Yeah. It's nice we can meet up with fellow YouTubers. That's awesome.
Well, he's going on a big group cruise out in,
Yeah.
in October.
Yeah.
Number 9, the environmental impact of the cruise industry is alarming. I think we've all heard about this. The cruise lines have always been under scrutiny because of the storage they dump in.
Yeah.
The 16 major cruise lines generate over 1 billion gallons of storage,
Wow.
much of it raw or poorly treated. One cruise ship can produce 13 million cars worth of CO2 in one day.
Wow.
Storage, gray water, oil, binge water. Air emissions are concerned both while at sea and docked. They have, in the last 10 years, they have improved greatly.
Mm-hmm.
It's still something, though, that they're
Working
negative
on.
on the environment,
Yeah.
right? Hey, James Cantonese, thanks
Hey,
for coming
James.
in. Nice to see you. So Billy says he's only been to the airports in Texas for connecting flights before they land. Okay.
Okay.
So he hasn't been over there that much either.
No.
All right, next one, number 10, you might skip a port. Okay, don't think. Now, we were under the illusion if something happens, you could skip a port. But there are situations with hurricanes or other things where a ship going, say, from New York down to the Caribbean might totally change the whole itinerary and go north.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I just
Oh my
I can't
gosh.
fathom how that can
Well,
happen.
how can
Your clothes and
yeah, I
everything.
was gonna say that you're packing for the Caribbean, and oh my gosh, yeah.
I
guess
don't know how rare that is,
Yeah.
but that's so. If
I
you
guess
have
the clothing stores on board would get a lot of business.
Business.
You'd buy a
No,
lot
we-
of sweatshirts.
Well, that's true
You
too.
know,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
if you
know,
didn't
you
have
go to your
it,
first stop and you have to buy all this stuff.
yeah.
Our first experience was when we missed what was the island with?
Puerto Rico. We missed
And
San Juan. I was so
they
disappointed.
had been hit with a hurricane previously, and there was a woman on board who was actually collecting. She started before the cruise,
Oh, that was St.
collecting
Thomas.
batteries. Oh,
Yeah,
St.
that
Thomas.
was
Okay.
St. Thomas.
And
Sorry.
she was actually had boxes of
Yeah,
batteries
she
that
had-
she had to get cleared with the cruise line, everything else,
to
and
bring.
they skipped St. Thomas.
St. Thomas.
It-
And one of the other crew members, oh, he was a dancer on the ship. He was very disappointed because he was going to go see family member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we had the engine problems. So
Yeah.
we ended up going, instead of Granada was like a fallback, right?
It
supposed to go
was.
somewhere else.
Yeah, we were supposed
Was
to.
that the San Juan one?
I think so. I think we missed St. Thomas and San Juan. And we did go to Granada.
So in that case, it was just a different island, and we
Yeah.
didn't miss our favorite islands, you know, like Aruba or Barbados.
Yeah.
So that was good. But it's still,
I
you have
was-
stuff planned.
Yeah, well, I was disappointed. Our son was on the cruise ship with us, and I really wanted him to go to wanted him to see San Juan. But
So that can happen.
yeah.
So fully anticipate that can happen. 11, crews are somewhat exploited. Crew members are some of the hardest working people around. About 3/4 of a typical cruise ship staff are from developing countries. Cruise lines claim that with a free room and board, this is more than they could hope for to earn back home, which in a lot of cases is true, but
Mhm.
it still doesn't mean they're being shortchanged.
Yeah.
The workers live in tight conditions below deck. Some have to pay back a crewing agent who signed them up for the job, so they don't even begin to save money until well into their stint. So
Oh,
I think we're all aware of some of the conditions.
yeah.
They're tight. They're tight. I mean, they're not abused or anything, but it's a tough situation, tough job. Number 12, don't expect to get a seat by the pool.
Oh, I know.
We've all heard stories of this
Oh,
over here.
yes.
The deck chairs are snapped up early.
Of course.
You're not allowed supposedly to save a chair,
No.
but I have yet to see that enforced.
I know.
Has anyone seen that enforced
I
on a
know.
ship
That'd be
yet?
interesting. Yeah.
And
But I haven't seen it enforced.
But you know, the big thing is, I'm not sure why you really need to be by the pool. One thing, if you talk to people, there's lots of empty chairs, and a lot of them are on better parts of the ship. So if you don't need to be, I guess, where all the action is at the pool, there are plenty of spots to go. And most ships nowadays, I think, have an adult-only area too, which is a great place to go and relax if you're trying to get away from it.
You can always find a place to relax. If you don't get a place by the pool, just relaxing and looking out at the ocean is nice.
Right.
I enjoy
Cruising
that.
is fun anytime. Thank you for
Yay,
joining us.
cruising
Thanks
is
for
fun
coming
anytime.
in. Nice to see you.
Yes, we're looking forward to how many days until ours? 47? No,
I'll have to check my
must be less.
phone's not here.
Must be less than that. Well, yeah, about that.
I usually don't stay in the Lido deck to see them for. Yeah, see, that's what and we stay away just because of the crowds. You know, every now and then there is something scheduled that you want to see, a dancing thing or a contest. But even those for us have gotten a little bit old. We'd rather go to find a quiet part of the ship or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because we notice ourselves. Scott says, however, the pool yourself around 5 to 6. A lot of people won't go near the pool. You know, they just think it's just there's not enough room to swim. I don't look at the pool, and I have a friend that's going on his first cruise, and I've been trying to talk to him about this. I said, don't look at the pool as a place you gotta go swimming.
Right.
You go in the pool as long as you can get your foot by foot area and you want to cool off. And me and Nancy will go in and just instead of sitting on a lawn chair talking, we'll be in the pool talking.
Yeah.
And cooling down at the same time.
I mean, if you really want to go to the pool, then you go on a day where everybody's on an excursion or off the ship.
We've done that. We come back early.
We come back early.
4 days, you come back early. You usually have plenty of pool place.
Right.
The worst time, of course, is during the hot part of the day on a sea day.
On a sea
day.
But
the day you get on the ship, there's usually plenty of space. No one's getting in the pool that quickly.
Yeah.
Even though they do suggest bring a bathing suit in your backpack. At night, it's usually the people swim like when the entertainment's going on for the deck parties, and it's not that crowded. It's just really the peak of the day. So, and like Scott said, we're always heading from wherever we are to get ready for dinner.
Oh,
so
that's true.
4 to 6 or 4 to 8, it's pretty empty too. There is plenty of time you can get into
Yeah.
the pool if you want. 31 days to my 14 back to back. I know.
Ooh,
I keep getting jealous of that one, Captain.
that's awesome.
If we didn't get the deal on this particular cruise we're going on, I was seriously looking at that one, even though I did not want to get in an airplane back down to
I'm
Miami
gonna change the saying from life's a beach to life's a cruise.
again. Yeah.
Just cruising through life.
Okay, 13.
I think that's a channel.
No.
Cruising
Okay.
through life.
Sickness can be spread like wildfire on a ship.
Oh,
I think we all know this. It's
yeah.
not just a ship. You know, people say, "Oh, it's a ship. You're gonna get sick,"
Yeah.
but you get sick everywhere. The fact is, if it does open up on a ship, it could spread pretty quickly. Hospitals, schools,
Right.
and the like have outbreaks of norovirus and gastro too. But when you're trapped on a ship in the middle of the ocean, there's nowhere to go, and that's really the key of it. You know, where do you go?
Bring
So,
your vitamin C and your vitamins.
yeah, try and do the things to stay
Yeah,
healthy.
try to. You know what's good if you take. Hey, you might not have any friends, but if you bring garlic tablets, well, there are some that doesn't smell, but garlic is a natural antibiotic, so I believe in it. I know, I take it.
Cruising through life with Al and Jeannie. They lived 30 minutes. I
Ah,
didn't know they lived up in your neck of the woods.
whose neck of the woods?
Billy, that's Billy
Billy.
talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Billy, have you looked more into Orlando, or are you still definitely up there? Gary did come home with the big C after our last cruise.
Oh, he
wow.
did. Wow.
Yeah, we had a friend that went with 22 family members, and 6 of them came back,
Yeah.
including his daughter.
And our friend, she went on a cruise just recently to Bermuda, and she came back with it as well.
So you still get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things in life you
I
got to deal
know.
with, right?
Yeah.
Neither one of us has gotten it yet,
No,
right?
I had I've broken my arm.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to right.
No, but I broke my arm on a back-to-back cruise, so that was challenging because I did it 3 days into the cruise, and it was a back-to-back cruise. But no, I haven't gotten sick, just a broken arm.
Billy still has Orlando in the future.
Oh, good. Oh,
I
yeah,
think
he
he's
said
just
he still wants to move
Well,
there.
I think he's still trying to work it out with his work.
Oh,
that's
I
the whole
see.
thing holding him up.
Yeah.
Okay, number 15. We have 2 more on this section. People do go overboard. We're hearing about this more and more. Don't you see it now? And I think it's because people are putting up videos on it. Don't worry, falling off a cruise ship is rare, and it does make it sound like it's happening all the time.
Oh, I know it does, but
it
it's
is
the
very
media.
rare.
It's
It's often the
media's
result of
reporting
alcohol
more.
or mishap or a suicidal impulse or some balcony climate shenanigan. I was seeing that people climb up on the balconies
that's
and doing
crazy.
ridiculous things.
Yeah.
So that's something that does happen. I don't think it's happening that much more. It's just you're hearing about it more.
No, and that's what I heard about. And I heard this about shock attacks, like people saying, "Oh, there's more shock attacks." And I said, "Well, I don't think there's more shock attacks. I think it's just more media talking about
Right.
it. You know, more.
I think helicopters and everything now.
Yeah.
So
You know, there's just
everything.
more reporting about it. You know, so it appears to be more. But
well, like down at
we know
Cape
more.
Cod, the sightings are all they claim the sightings are up, but you wonder there's always helicopters flying over there now. So of course you're going to see even one rogue shark, right? The last one, Nance, in this section is you'll spend more time than you planned. You may think that you've paid the majority of your crew. Did I say that? You'll spend more than you planned. Did I say time in there? Yeah, you'll spend more than you planned. And this is something I've been preaching. Like I said, I have a friend trying to get through his head that price you see that you pay. There's still a lot of little things. You may think you've paid for the majority of your cruise expenses up front, but the truth is there's a lot of nickel and diamond on the ship, more so nowadays.
Yeah.
Don't consider a cruise to be an all-inclusive getaway. Drinks, photography, especially restaurants, onboard shops, art auctions, spa treatments, casino trips, shore excursions, etc. can add up to you. It can be hard to keep tabs on your spending when you defer payment. We've been very good. We know cruise enough now that we're very good about it. We used to pay for our gratuities up front to not have to deal with the end of the cruise.
Yes.
But we found in our last few cruises, sometimes there's this hidden onboard credit that you get back for something. If it doesn't stop, I don't know if you know this, but if you don't stop on an island, you're entitled to a feedback for that island. And sometimes you have to go up and actually ask for it.
Yeah, they're not going to advertise it if you don't ask. Yeah.
So get that, but it goes on our onboard credit.
Exactly.
Sometimes it has to be used on that cruise. So if you get an onboard credit a couple of days before the end of the cruise, you might not use it.
Yeah.
So we have been holding off on that because you can use onboard credit for gratuities.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Okay. You
So if
just
you pay in
answered my question.
advance, you
Right,
can't do it.
right,
That's
right,
the point I'm
right.
making.
I was just
But-
going to say that. Yeah.
So that's always our fallback. So if we
Yeah.
get onboard credit the last couple of days, we can just
Yeah, put it
on
towards our
gratuities.
gratuities. Right.
But you pay the initial price, which is the one that's posted,
Mhm.
and then there's always additional port fees and taxes.
Mhm.
Then there's your tips. Beyond that, there isn't a lot. Can anyone think of? There isn't a lot more that you have to do. I mean, you can go to specialty restaurants or the casino
Mhm.
or buy drinks, but you don't need to do all those. There
No,
is
you don't.
non-alcoholic drinks available.
Of
That's
course.
included. There's plenty of food available.
Oh, exactly.
Entertainment's included.
And I think it's nice that some of these restaurants that charge, that sometimes they're open for lunch and it's complimentary. So if you want to try them at lunchtime because it's free.
Right. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, we benefited from 2 restaurants on our last cruise. It was the Chinese restaurant and the Italian restaurant that we went there at lunchtime because it was complimentary.
And that's a huge thing to look for before you go on your cruise. That's a great point because our favorite restaurant was at the Asian restaurant.
Yes, that was delicious.
And that's a fee at night.
Yes.
But the lunches was just during
sea
days. Yeah.
I think you're right.
For the Italian and the Asian, and then there's plenty of other ones, but were included. Now, we don't have it on our next cruise, which I'm bumming. That was a Carnival cruise.
Yeah.
But a lot of ships will do that.
Yeah.
Now, I did hear that this new cruise we're going on, the Seafood Shack, which is a pay restaurant, during sea days, I think it's sea days, they open that up as a little takeout Asian type of food. Yeah,
okay.
so we'll have to look into
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
Okay, let me see. Oops, I accidentally pushed Paul Behinds overboard.
Oh, no.
Why can I see that happening, Captain? Make sure you cover your back, though. No witnesses. Make sure your first mate is looking the other way. That's true, Paul.
Gosh.
I use my OBC for gratuities. That's the best way to do it. If you're not sure, then just save the gratuities to the end. Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Hi, Brian. How's everything going?
How's the flag football going, Brian? Have you had any games yet? I know we had a practice last time we talked to him. Gigi's. Was that the name of the restaurant? It was called something different in the daytime.
Yeah, it was J.I., and I think it was.
Well, he is G.I. I don't know which way it was, but that was at night though. But then they called it something in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So so it was not called that in the afternoon. What?
No, I can't recall. I thought it was with a J though, but I'm not sure.
So those are the 16 tips of things. There's plenty more here of things cruise lines never tell you. If you haven't heard them all and you go on a cruise, you might want to go back and just skim through the listings.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, Nance, to here's my little Anna. We'll move on.
I know when I went on my first cruise, I was 27 and I knew nothing, I mean, it would have been good to have all these tips,
Oh, I know.
I enjoyed myself immensely, but I didn't,
Oh. Yeah, that's interesting.
What?
Red Sox fired, terminated the GM. I have heard nothing but who they're going to fire, the coach or the GM. And they said, no, they'll keep on the GM because he's basically done what management wanted. But
really?
So they fired him today. That's unbelievable.
Wow.
I'll have to read up on that. Thank you for that insight, Brian. Mongolian walk for lunch. Okay.
Mongolian walk. That's it.
See, Billy, that's what we missed. That's what we missed the last couple of shows with you. Is you're a fact checker.
And was it called Gigi's at night?
At night.
Okay, now I have.
The Italian restaurant had 2 different names too, which I'm sure. Billy, can you give us the nighttime and the daytime name of the Italian restaurant on the horizon? No, that was a pizza.
Oh, that was a pizza place. All right, Billy will check that out for us.
Okay, so our second one is, and this is one. It's right around lunchtime. A nice, simple topic, which is Disney always comes out with some new treats for the holiday seasons.
Yeah, I think last year was the Gray Matter, right?
No, that's in a restaurant.
Oh, I see.
It goes to a restaurant.
I thought that was a.
So this is this year's. I've got, what did I get? I don't know how many are here, but these are ones that are brand new for 2023. So if you're in the Disney World area, some of these are pretty darn good. The first one here in the picture is apple for the milkshake, Nance.
Oh my goodness.
It's a salted caramel milkshake topped with a green apple whipped cream,
Green
plus
apple
a
whipped
whole
cream.
apple fritter on the rim. So there's your apple.
Okay.
Here's your apple fritter.
What do they charge for this?
You know,
15?
no, they're all probably between $5 and $7.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, most of these I probably should have put the price in, but I didn't.
That's not bad if it's between 5 and 7.
Okay, Billy says Cucina is the Italian restaurant at
Cucina.
night.
That's
Pasta
right.
Bella is a free
Okay,
Italian. Thank you very
great.
much, Commodore.
I wouldn't have remembered that. Well, the Cucina sounded familiar, but I would have remembered that.
I didn't know you've never been there, James. I don't know if this is the time, only because right now their prices are off the charts. Hopefully
Yeah.
they're going to start adjusting stuff and make it a little bit more family friendly for the middle class.
Yep.
It's really getting out of hand.
We hope to work for Disney.
Right.
We did get hired last year, but I couldn't do it because I broke my arm. So
This is the second one. You know what those are?
fingers, green
Zombie fingers.
Yeah.
How cute or creepy are those, Nance?
Ooh, how they make
Almond
those?
cookie fingers.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's those must be almond cookies right there.
Yeah, that's
Um,
cool.
Paired with the pairing's kind of weird. So that bottom area is key lime pie, white chocolate ganache,
Oh, that sounds good.
salted caramel pearls, and sugar eyes. So
Yeah, I would like
everything's
that.
edible except for the glass.
Okay, I would like that. That's really cool.
Another and a delightful if it's hot out that time of year. This is called Hades Cone. I
Oh,
love
that's
the colors,
pretty.
don't you?
Yeah, very pretty.
This is a combo of mango Dole Whip. So it's Dole Whip in the mango flavor.
Maybe that's what we saw floating through the sky when we were driving
maybe.
to when we were driving to Fort Myers, or was it Fort Myers? Yeah, from Miami to Fort Myers.
Yes, you're
Yes.
right. Yeah, back then that was when
Yeah.
we went to
We
meet
saw
up with
this-
Sean.
Yeah, we
down
saw
on the
this
cruises.
thing and it was blue and it had those colors come right out of the sky. It was pretty incredible. It was beautiful. But I don't know what it was.
Well, this is mango Dole Whip with habanero soft serve. I don't know what that would taste like. Is that a hotter?
Habanero, yeah, habanero.
Topped
yeah.
with blue raspberry shell and a chili lime seasoning. That would have an interesting taste to it.
Yeah.
Are they really that much cheaper, Billy? Billy says that the Disney World tickets are affordable for us Florida residents, like half the cost. Can you get a season pass? Like for us, it would be
Oh.
about $1,400, which
Yeah.
is one of the reasons we're going to work for Disney, so we can get 1 year
Yeah.
of visiting.
We should be able to.
But you're only getting it for like what should be like $700 or something. That's about the cost of a Universal ticket.
We should be able to work for Disney. They felt bad that I couldn't work there, so
We'll see.
I hope they hire me.
We'll see.
again.
We'll talk,
We'll
talk about that a little bit in a future show.
Yeah.
Next one, not so poison apple churro.
Ooh.
Just now, you've gone to Disney World. You go to some of the places. They have 10, 12, 15 different flavored churros.
That looks like asparagus.
Okay. Just as iconic as the funnel cakes are the churros, and this year's edition may be the tastiest one yet. Crispy fried dough rolled in green apple sugar,
Ooh.
topped with Snickers bar pieces and drizzled with caramel. Combination sounds bizarre to me, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would like it though.
So I guess that the green is all the you can see the sugar on top.
Yeah.
I love sour apple.
I was just going to say the sour apple sounds delicious, and the salted caramel I think would go very well with that. Yeah, I would like it.
Billy says $50 a day instead of $100. Wow.
Oh, really? That's a good savings.
Well, I need your address for Disney. I know, Billy. I should take advantage of you when I get down there. The next one is
Ooh.
Skull Brownie.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty cool, huh?
That is really
Tasty.
cool.
Now, it's got a little different taste. Try this Mexican spiced chocolate brownie. It's packed with dulce de leche filling and decorated with sugar eyes.
Wow.
So, I don't know. That may mean it be a little hotter.
Dolce.
Well, it says Mexican spices. It probably is
Mexican
spicier
is-
than it got a little bit of a spice, a little bit of a kick to it.
That looks like a picture of the aliens those people saw in their Las Vegas backyard. They drew something that looked just like that.
It look like that? Okay.
Yeah. They claimed they saw aliens in their yard and they called the police, and each one of the family members was separated and drew what they saw, and they all drew the same picture.
Okay, the next one is the black velvet whoopie pie. This is a spooky take on a classic whoopie pie and is made with a black velvet cookie with buttercream, sprinkles, and a sugar spider.
Wow, that must be so sweet. Oh,
I know. I love
yeah.
whoopie pies, though.
Yes.
Absolutely love them.
I just made them not that long ago.
Never can have too many whoopie pies.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They are good. I
Billy
like.
always knows the good deals. I'll be right about that. Florida residents have access to annual passes. You can pay for monthly with a deposit instead of it all up front.
Oh,
I guess we should all pretend we're living with Billy. Okay, this one here, which is really cool looking, is the Donald candy corn chocolate pinata.
Oh, I don't
white
think I
chocolate
right now.
pinata. So it's white chocolate filled with pumpkin spice marshmallows and crispy pearls.
That doesn't sound good to me. No, it sounds really too sweet. Much too sweet. I like pumpkin, but I'm not a big fan of candy corn, and I pass on this one.
I know I would, because I'm not into pumpkin flavors.
You're
like
into pumpkin flavors. But I might be surprised. I might like it.
It seems like everything in the store is a pumpkin twist.
I love everything pumpkin, especially this time of year.
Halloween mini waffle sundae. Bubble waffle cone filled with chocolate soft serve, orange sauce, chocolate cream cookies, candy corn, and chocolate sticks.
Wow. It must be fun coming up with these creations, huh?
Billy said, I wish you could buy tickets only under his name. They check authorities. Yeah, in fact, even stricter than that. We tried getting them. But we were not staying there for 3 months.
Yeah,
so we tried to do stuff. And we had to literally have a bill and some other proof that we owned the place.
They said a copy of a phone bill.
We even went and saw management to see if we could work something out at Disney. And they wouldn't budge. No. They just wouldn't budge.
Well, hopefully we'll work for Disney.
Time to move to Florida.
Hey, I'd like to.
Okay, next one.
For 6 months. I wouldn't want to be there in the summer, but
tropical graveyard, mango mousse and sour tropical gelatin topped with cookie crumbles, gummy worms, sprinkles, and a tombstone chocolate piece.
Mango is another one of my favorites. So
that'd be an interesting flavor, huh?
Yeah, I really like mango flavored.
Yeah, it was amazing, Billy. What they wanted even beyond that, because we came up with some kind of a bill that we had acquired by renting for that long time. And they wouldn't take that.
No, they wouldn't.
So they wanted something to prove that we actually owned or something like that. So we decided to go the other route and work there.
Well, hopefully it'll all work out next year.
Okay.
I will not play pickleball before working for Disney.
Next one is the Monster Mousse, caramel mousse and apple caramel filling on a shortbread cookie. Looks weird though.
Yeah, it does. Looks weird. I don't know.
What? No slushies?
Yeah, what happened to the slushies?
Billy, I've talked to you about this before. I'm waiting for a cruise. They're not that expensive to make. They're cheaper than ice cream. Why they don't have a slushy machine on cruise ships is beyond me. And Disney had their version of slushies is Dole Whip. Have you had the Dole Whip? Anyone when they've been down there? We love the Dole Whip.
Yeah, the pineapple Dole Whip.
We will go over just for a night out to the Polynesian, and they have a dedicated Dole Whip window now.
Yeah,
we just sit there,
and they're about $5. Yeah,
$5.79, I think they are right now.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm curious if anyone's had a Dole Whip.
Ooh, that looks nice.
This is on our thumbnail. The Mummy Mickey Mouse Dome Cake.
Now,
you were asking me about this one. Layers of peanut butter milk chocolate mousse, chewy caramel, peanut crunch, and dark chocolate glacage. I probably would like that.
Yeah.
You could eat the dark chocolate. It's
I like the dark chocolate, yeah. It's cute.
And this is, if you don't recognize them, Nance, those are the characters from the Haunted Mansion in that stretching room.
Yeah.
The Haunted Mansion portrait bars, ganache bars with flavors of raspberry, salted caramel, chipotle, and passion fruit.
Chipotle.
And the last one.
What is that? Oh, I see. Pumpkin. Yeah, that looks good. It's a pumpkin.
Let's see. Billy says Nancy could work for Disney as a pickleball trainer and an ice skating trainer. Teach people what not to do. That's true.
Billy,
We
you
could
crack me
we
up.
could do a we could put a video together with you doing it.
Well, I do have a
Hey V, how you doing?
I do have
Nice
a
to see you.
video. Hi V. I do have a video. Well, you do. He took a video of me actually falling on the ice rink.
We got a phone
Yes.
on the ice rink, and we do have you playing pickleball in Disney World property at one of the
Well,
All
that's
Stars.
true.
Remember?
That's true. Yes, that is.
And the last one on this list is the Mickey pumpkin cheesecake. You'd love this.
I would love this.
Pumpkin
Yes.
cheesecake, chocolate ginger torte with
Ooh,
almond crunch.
that sounds good. I did have pumpkin cheesecake on the cruise, and I thought it was awesome. So, everything pumpkin I like.
So that's good.
Mhm.
Okay, and we go on our last section, which should be fairly quick here, Nancy. Let's
You know what
see.
they had at my work that I never had before? They had pumpkin ginger soup, and it was so good that I went home and I made it myself. I'm the only one that liked it, but yeah, I thought it came out good.
Yeah, you
Pumpkin ginger soup. It was really good.
Okay, to come to the end of the show, our third section and last section is just an update on this live channel. We still do the games every other Sunday.
That's correct.
Tanisha time, and then
Yep.
a game that will be this Sunday at
Yep.
4:00. We do a live at 12:15 on Thursdays.
Mhm.
We are going to modify that for at least 6 months, or change it for at least 6 months, coming up either starting on the next show or the show after. We were looking at stuff, and I do research online to come up with these different topics, and we talk about them. But we're thinking we got a lot of stuff coming up. At the end of October and the beginning of November, we've got a cruise, 12-day cruise. And then in December, we go down to Florida. We're going to be hopefully working at Disney and also volunteering at the Give Kids the World and snowbirding. And we thought, there are people probably that are looking to do this kind of stuff, and they have no idea how to start or what goes into it. So we thought we would do that. Probably the next couple will be talking about the cruise, since that's coming up. Once we get involved with Disney, we can go through the process it took to get a job at Disney.
Yeah.
For snowbirders like us who
Yeah.
are going to do it for 3 months at a time, or people who just want to do it part-time. Once we get more of the inside looking at, hopefully we'll get beyond. We got to the point where 2 days away from starting our first job, right?
Yeah.
And Nancy broke her arm. So hopefully we'll go a little further than that this year.
Mhm.
But that's what we plan on doing going forward with this Thursday show. So the other part is we're going to try and stick to the Thursday while we're up here.
Mhm.
But once we get down to Florida or get close to going down to Florida, we don't know what our schedule is.
Right.
So I'm not going to say they're going to be pop-up type of things, but we might do one before going out to the parks, or do one when we just get back and kind of tell you what happened, if it's anything worth talking about. So our plan is to stick to every other week, but if things are going on during that week, we'll do more
Right.
pop-ups,
Right.
or do it more weekly. So that is our plan for the future. We thank you for coming in today. Let's see if there's any. Let's see. Just go and scan in here, see if there's any questions. M23. Got everybody around me, so it's sick. Oh, geez. I've escaped it all. Her family's been sick.
Oh,
Sharon's,
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hope they all
wow.
feel better.
Yeah, I hope they're better. I know my doctor told me when I just had my physical recently that if I
Hello,
were to
Ocean.
that if I were to get the virus, to call, and they have a special medicine, so I think it helps.
Yeah, it's supposed to be upgrades now.
Yeah.
So check into it. It's not like it was a couple of years
right.
ago.
I was surprised when he said that to me. He said, "Call the office if you get it. Call the office, and there's medicine here that you can I can give you."
So thanks for joining us. Hopefully we'll
thank
see
you.
you on Sunday at 4:00.
Yes.
And our next live will be 2 weeks from today,
That's
whatever
right.
that date is. I think it's like the 28th of September, something like that.
Mhm.
So thank you very much for
All
coming in.
right. Stay young, have fun, and stay healthy as well.
Bye.
Can you take the CD.